Hey everyone! Today I have a different video, and maybe it's the fact that I live in New Mexico and Hank fever is coming over me, and all of a sudden I'm really interested in minerals and crystal collecting. Or maybe it's the fact that I found it on YouTube and I couldn't control myself, and after 20 videos I was like, you know what? I really want to buy some crystals. And I did. And this is over the course of a few weeks, and I bought it from a bunch of different sellers. A few of them I already had. I will share all of my collection with you guys. There's a few that are missing because they haven't come in the mail yet, but if anything, I'll do a second video if you guys like it. So I purchased some stones off of Etsy, Amazon, and like I said, I had a few that I just collected on my own. I will share all of the sellers down below, and I'll try to mention all of their names in this video as well. There was one stone that I bought that came a little bit cracked in the mail, which was completely expected, and it was really fine, but let me share the video with you guys, and I hope you guys like my collection. So the first mineral crystal that I have is actually salt, and I will do closer ups of all of these in this video. And this one here is from Poland when I came to visit a salt mine. Wieliczka, I think is what it's called. And it's carved in a kitty cat, which I love. And it's clear and this kind of gray, black type of salt. And it is beautiful. And over time, it kind of crystallizes more and gets a little bit more white salt growing on it, which I think is really cool. But this is the first one, and it is my little salt crystal, and I love it. Next is this beautiful little selenite tower, I guess you would call it. It's kind of tapered off to the top. And this I got from White Sands, New Mexico. And the sand in New Mexico is made out of gypsum, which I believe is what this is made out of as well. So it's really cool to kind of have a crystal form of the sand that I was able to walk through. And just to kind of say off the bat, I love the way that crystals and minerals look. I don't use them for healing. However, I do know that different crystals have different frequencies, and just certain crystals make you feel a certain way, whether it's placebo or not. I love the way that they look, and I like the way that they make me feel. Certain crystals, just like if I'm not feeling too well or if I'm very anxious, I'll just hold them in my hand and kind of focus on the crystal while I try to meditate. And if anything, it just kind of gives you something to focus on. So I don't use them for healing in terms of like stomach pains or things like that, but I do appreciate them and I collect them for that. But selenite is used for luck and protection. It can repel negative energy, and I believe it was also called like a moonstone at its time, and I'll do a closer up, but it really reflects light stunningly, and I would love to have another tower one day that's a little bit taller. So this is selenite, quite beautiful. Next, there was a mineral show nearby me, and so I kind of waddled my way through there, and I picked up two stones, and this was the first stone that I picked up, and it's Labradorite, and it is stunning. It has this gorgeous, gorgeous flash in it, which I love. And because of this flash, I'm kind of obsessed with Labradorite, but this is the only piece that I have, and it is polished on every side. But this side here kind of features the biggest flash, which again, I'll show you a closer up. And I personally love the way that this stone makes me feel. It is just so gorgeous, and it makes me feel so positive. And Labradorite is used to strengthen intuition. And it's also the stone of transformation. So, which makes sense because, you know, it appears one way and then it changes into something else. So I love this. I think it's also a stone of good vibes, but that's just what I think. The second stone that I got that day was a rose quartz sphere, and this is, I love rose quartz. It's a stone of love and for the heart chakra, I believe, and I just love it. It's kind of hard to see, and I'll try to show it in a close-up, but it has little stars in it of flash, and it's just stunning. I have some other rose quartz as well, which I will show you in a moment. But this is definitely one of my favorites, and I just like holding it in my hand and just kind of thinking to myself, so beautiful, beautiful stone. So the next piece of rose quartz that I have, I actually ordered in a pair with another little tower, and it's these two stones here. And of all places, I actually got these both from Amazon, and they are authentic, which is pretty cool, and it was for a good price. I was reading reviews. So this is a rose quartz point, which is also the stone of love, and then this is a black obsidian point, which probably if I show it like this will be a lot better to see. And it's really, really cool. It's really, really sharp, so be careful. But I like to kind of put it on each side of the rose quartz sphere and display it like that. Okay, next I have this little piece of citrine. And this I got from Etsy from a seller called Holy Mountain Minerals. And I will show a closer up, but this one's really cool because it is natural citrine and it's a pale yellow. And it has little bits and pieces of the stone that I think it was growing from, which is really cool, and it makes it look very organic. And this stone here radiates positivity and joy and even sexual energy, I heard. But I just got this in the mail and it's very beautiful to look at. And when you shine it in certain ways, there's a few rainbows and it's just quite a beautiful piece to look at. And I'm actually wearing a necklace right here and it features a little citrine on the top as well. Next is this little beauty, and this I ordered on Etsy. The next few pieces that I'll show you are what I ordered from Etsy, and this is from the customization shop. I always butcher the word customization. It's really kind of hard to say. So that's from there. This is the one piece that I got that was broken. A little point kind of fell off, but clear quartz is an amplifier. So it's just really cool to have amongst other stones. For people that do meditate, you can use this along with another stone and it'll kind of help amplify the power of the other stone. I just kind of love the way that it looks just because it's so pure and just kind of matches everything. And I love looking at the little terminations and all different points. So this one's really beautiful. So this next beautiful, beautiful stone is blue calcite. And I ordered this from Green Mountain Mineral. And this seller was so sweet to work with. Before she shipped out the stone, she emailed me and sent me more pictures to ask if I was sure if I wanted this exact stone. She showed me more pictures of it in various lights. And I was like, yes, I want it. I love it. And this stone has a variety of little specks of rainbows, and it's this gorgeous light blue color and it's huge. And blue calcite helps lessen anxieties, and that is so true because when I look at this, it's just so calming and peaceful and it looks like the sky, and I love this. I'm so glad that I got it. And this seller was so sweet. She actually sent me a little freebie. She sent me this piece here, which is a piece of smoky quartz with amethyst in the center. I'll show you a closer up. But it has this beautiful purple color kind of peeking through with smoky quartz on the top and bottom. And she did not have to do this. This was so sweet. And this is such a great little piece to kind of hold in your hand as well. It kind of fits in your palm. But blue calcite, absolutely love it. I will show you a closer up and try to get the little specks of stars that are covering this stone, and it is flat on the bottom, so it's self-standing, so I like to have it on my nightstand and kind of let it give me its energy. And such a great stone. I love this. The next stone that I have is also blue, and I purchased this from a seller called Throwing Stones, and this is angelite, and this is a gorgeous blue stone. I love blue stones, I've noticed. And this one has gorgeous little copper red streaks kind of going through the sphere, which is beautiful. And it also came with this beautiful little red stand, so I kind of display it like so on my nightstand. And I love these type of blue stones. This is also used for its soothing energy. And the seller, again, these sellers are so nice. She sent me a little piece of jet, which is basically when wood gets pressurized and as it's breaking down in the earth, it turns into this really cool type of black stone. And this even has a little bit of like a green undertone to it. So it's quite beautiful and a sweet little gift to add with purchase, which again was not necessary, but I do love this angelite. Tell me what your favorite stones are, guys. I love watching these types of videos and seeing what people have, and it's amazing to see what differences each person has, what they're kind of gravitated to. I kind of bought stones on a whim, but I've noticed that I'm really into light blue stones and pink stones, so kind of things with soft colors, clear quartz too. So let's move on to the next stone. So this is the next stone, quite a big piece, and I ordered this from Luna Bird Jewelry. And this is a piece of black tourmaline. And what's really cool is that it has these kind of gold specks lining the stone. I'm thinking if it's pyrite or not, but it's quite beautiful. And it's very reflective. This is a great grounding stone. Dark stones in general are good for grounding, and for meditation you can put them on your feet and kind of help ground your energy and help you meditate in that way. So I love putting this in my room. I know there's kind of rules as to what stones you should have and not have in your room, but having a collection of these stones next to me makes me feel good, so I keep it that way. The only stones that I put away are the ones that shouldn't be in the light, which I will show you in a moment. But this is black tourmaline, quite beautiful, and I really do enjoy the streaking that it has and the little potentially pyrite pieces that it has as well. I like how reflective it is, and I do love the color. Quite a great stone, and I'm glad that I have this in my collection. So the next stone that I have two pieces of this particular stone, but from two different buyers. So this one here is amethyst, which I'm sure that you guys know, and I'm sorry if I keep looking here, I'm just making sure that this is in focus. But this sparkling beauty, amethyst, I love, and I love that on the back side here you can see a bit of the geode that it was growing out of. So amethyst is used to stimulate the mind and your emotions. It's used for the crown chakra, and I personally love how soothing it is. It is such a stunning stone. It does fade in the light, so this is one of the stones that I do not keep in direct sunlight. I actually just put it away in a drawer and then just take it out and enjoy it whenever I need to. And this stone I purchased from Wild Fairy Magic, a seller on Etsy, and she was very sweet to include two beautiful, I love the way it sounds, two beautiful seashells that are quite reflective in the light, which is a sweet little touch. And I love the way that it's kind of triangular and it has a little ditch right there so it can sit on your thumb. So it's really good for meditation if you want to just kind of hold it in your hand. Quite stunning. And I do have another piece of amethyst. Let me show you. So this here is my second piece of amethyst. And this I ordered from Spacecrafts on Etsy, and I love, love, love the seller. I ordered from the seller twice, and I have 3 other crystals that I'll show you next that are from the same seller. And this one is a beautiful piece. It's kind of like a really, really tiny cathedral. It's really not. It's kind of just a geode. But I love how the back has the stone, but then when you look at it in the front, it's kind of exploding out. So you don't even see the geode. All you see are the beautiful amethyst crystals. And I'm not really a big fan of purple, guys. But then I started buying amethyst, and now I'm very gravitated towards it. It's just, I don't know. It's very hard to explain. If you collect minerals, sometimes you're just really drawn to them, and this is definitely one of those. So I really love, love, love this piece. Let me show you the other 3 that I got from the same seller. So this little guy here is another piece that I got from the seller. I will show you a closer up because it's probably really impossible to see what's so cool about this one. But this is phantom quartz. And this is really cool because it shows the remnants of another crystal that was growing and then stopped. So when you look really closely, you can see little points, faded points of another crystal that was growing, 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 and then didn't. So it's like having a little history crystal in your hand showing you the remnants of someone else. And I just love how otherwise it's this perfectly clear piece of quartz, and it shines the light beautifully. It's so gorgeously faceted, I think is the word. And on top, it just has these gorgeous little windows, and whoever carved the stone and made it this particular shape, unless it came out of the earth this way, which would be amazing, it's just completely stunning. And I will show you a closer up, like I said, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Even though it's so small, it's just stunning. I love it. My next 2 pieces are Smoky Quartz, and this one is kind of a tiny little guy, but it features a lot of different points going in different ways, which I love. Clusters are probably one of my favorite type of pieces because they're just so interesting to look at, and every time you look at it, you can kind of discover something else. And I do love the way that Smoky Quartz is very kind of mysterious, but still really strong with its energy. and just a pleasure to look at. And after buying this tiny little piece from the seller, I really wanted to see if they had a larger smoky quartz, and they did. Let me show you that one. So this guy here is also smoky quartz, and this one is a lot larger and kind of shows a better picture of how dark smoky quartz can get. And this one's almost black, but it still features the clear quartz on the bottom. Again, closer up it'll look a lot better, and it just dances in the light. It sparkles, and I love it. I love the gradient that it shows, and it strangely provides a very comforting energy for me, and I really do love staring at it, and I like having this by my bed as well. Maybe it's not recommended, but I do really love it, and I love that it has a few rainbows in it as well. And I love how beautiful the windows are on top of the points, and it's just such a beautiful cluster. I really enjoy it. And the seller is great. After I order something, it's shipped the same day or the next day. Super quick, and I love it. Alright guys, we're nearing the end. I have 2 more crystals. One I purchased a long time ago, and one I recently purchased, and they are both Kunzite. And this is the larger piece that I have, and I ordered it from EK Minerals Haven. This is the smaller one, but it's beautiful, and it's from MS Minerals. I have it down on my phone, looking at the names. So Kunzite is a stone for women, but in general, it heals emotions, and it's good for relationships, to kind of utilize that good type of love between these relationships. But personally, I just love the way that they look. But these stones, definitely you want to keep out of direct sunlight because it will fade the stone pretty quickly. So this is the first specimen of Kunzite that I have, and I will show you the way that it kind of dances off the light when you shine any sort of light on it. It kind of turns into a more iridescent purple pink color. This one's more purple. I know it kind of looks clear, but in angles it does have more of a purple color. And then this is my smaller piece, but this one is a lot more pink, and I like having one that's more purple, more pink. And I do love the texture of the stone. I love that when you turn it in different ways, it just starts showing different colors and different angles, and you can stare at it forever and just be kind of consumed in its energy. And the one that's kind of a larger piece has remnants of perhaps a different stone or a part that it was kind of growing on. It's hard to tell, but that's what I love about raw or rough stones. When they have a bit of other crystals on it, it just makes it feel more raw and natural, more organic and part of the earth. And it's just a pleasure to look at these stones and hold them in your hands. So that is my crystal collection. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Once I get more, I will happily show you in a future video if you guys want. I know I didn't go too in depth over each meaning, but every website kind of says a few different things. Ultimately, I feel that the energy that you get from the stone is what you should take out of it. Even if it's advertised as something, doesn't mean that you can't use it for something else. And this is definitely a collection that is quite expensive, but it gives me a lot of joy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Tell me down below what your favorite stone is, whether out of the stones that I have or the stones that you have, and I'll look into it and maybe I'll purchase it to add to my collection. So thank you guys for subscribing, and I hope that if you guys like my videos, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe and join my little family here. So I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.